Sensitization.
Want to speak?
Yeah. Let me see. Hello? Hello?
That's one of the participants talking.
Yeah, I know. But I still want to see that. That's what.
You can.
All right.
Oh, you're trying to start your camera?
Mm-hmm. All right, leave it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, please. So we are ready. So we are ready for the start. Sorry about the delay. We were dealing with a couple of technical difficulties, but we are ready. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yes, please. So we are ready. So we are ready for the start. Sorry about the delay. We were dealing with a couple of technical difficulties. Good afternoon again. As I said before, a little bit of technical difficulties. So here we are with Dr. Singh this afternoon, and I want to welcome him again for one of our sensitization sessions. Today we are speaking about monkeypox and anything. Sorry again, everyone. Hold on a moment. Hello, can everyone hear me now? You on music, right? I'm not hearing you. So we can hear that. What's up? Have this check.
Well, that's like, but it's one of the participants.
Hmm?
Everybody is muted.
Anything that's on.
I really don't see.
Just give us a moment, guys. We'll be with you shortly. Well, good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, and we are now ready to start. I am going to again welcome Dr. Singh, and he today will be presenting on monkeypox and any other thing that you may need to know on this topic. So welcome, Dr. Singh, And we all know him already, so it didn't much of an introduction. So go ahead, Dr. Singh.
Presentation.
Hold on.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings from the Ministry of Health and the Wellness, Port Health. So here we are presenting the short presentation about the monkeypox. This presentation is presented by Dr. Leslie Rolak a few days ago to the Ministry of Health for the officials and the other healthcare workers. The same slides will be there so that we are sharing with you all. If you have any questions or any concerns, you can raise it after this presentation also. Thank you, please. First, we can see the objectives. After this presentation, you should be able to understand what is monkeypox, describe the evolving of current monkeypox epidemic, state the possible local impacts of such an infection, outline the recommended response. Right. What is monkeypox? So we can go through here. Classically, it is a zoonosis endemic to Western Central Africa since 1970s. Animal host, rodents, and other animals, including monkeys. Traditionally, from animal to human or limited family group outbreaks. Reporting rate apparently increasing since cessation of smallpox vaccine in 1980s. In some other countries, even 1970s, this cessation was taken place. This exported infected animals caused outbreak in the United States in 2003. Human-to-human outbreaks in United States, UK, Israel, and sea via infected travelers. That is since 2017. In 2017 to present, Nigeria outbreak of more than 500 persons were infected. In May 2022, present multi-country outbreak in non-endemic countries, including Barbados. So the monkeypox, the virus, enveloped, it is a double-stranded DNA orthopox virus, relatively stable genetically. Two clades, Congo Basin and the West African Basin. Sorry for the sound, please. Background is the vehicles are moving, the huge vehicles, so that's why the sounds are there. And Congo Basin causes more severe disease, that is 10.6% CFR, throughout to be more transmissible. West African milder disease is 3.6%. Classical monkeypox. So this the first is a timeline. What is the incubation period for this monkeypox? It is 5 to 21 days or 4 weeks, they say. Fever stage, first, that is 1 to 4 days or maximum 5 days. Rash stage, 2 to 4 weeks. Definitely there will be a rash. Once the person is developed their rash, it should be between 2 to 4 weeks, definitely it will rise. And recovery, days to weeks. Slowly it will take time after 4 weeks, sometime 5 weeks, sometime 6 weeks. It depends upon the individual immunity of the person. Certain people will, the pox and the crust will heal very fast. Some people it will take little more time. But in clinical findings, Senathium, lymphadenopathy near end. So that is 4 stages we can see in the rash state. First, it will develop with the macule. Next is a papule. Number 3 is a vesicle and pustule. So recovery stage, all this will develop after pustule. Definitely it will go into crusted and a healing state. So that's why we mentioned the days to weeks recovery. Yes, crusted, it will take some time very fast. Sometimes it is a little bit slow, medium or longer time. Slowly it will go off. Infectivity, incubation period, no infection. Fever stage, very low, low infectious stage. But whereas if you could see in the rash stage, it is a very high infectious stage. So recovery stage, no. Once its crust has formed, no crust is there, nothing. It is a recovery stage. But though, we have to be very careful. So you can see that monkeypox today. In London, female returned from Nigeria on 7th May. Next, 14th May, London family of 3, no travel or linked to case 1. On May 16th, London, 4 men who self-identified MSM, unlike to each other previous causes. On the 18th May, London, 2 men MSM via sexual health clinics. At 21st May, London and New Wales, 11 men, unlike to each other, links to London and Spain. 23rd May, London, New South Wales, Scotland, more than 32 people, links to London and Spain. So this is the transmission is started from May 7th to 23rd May. So we can come to the transmission. How it is transmitted. Close contact with symptomatic, that is with the lesions or body fluids, respiratory droplets, or contaminated materials such as bedding. Contact with infected animals, transplacental spread. So seminal fluid after resolution of lesions. So it is also possible. So that's why we Dr. Roland put the question mark there. So monkeypox, but you can see that in skin and soft tissue, how it is going on. Suppose if you could see this, the first picture and the second one, yes, and the fourth one is in the foot, and also the picture number D is a very fussy, this is a pustule, very typical pox. And also, then you can see that how it is resolving too. And slowly it is coming up and rash and everything started under pustule and vesicle pustule and crust. It is finished here. Monkeypox multi-country outbreak. January 1st to 7th July 2022. 7,892 confirmed cases. Out of that, 3 people died in 63 member states in 5 WHO regions. 82%, 6,490 cases in 34 countries in the WHO European region. 15%, 1,184 cases in 14 countries in the WHO Americas region. 2%, 173 cases in 8 countries in WHO African region. And 1%, 24 cases in 4 countries in the Western Pacific region, and 1%, 15 cases in 3 countries in the East Mediterranean region. Monkeypox outbreak too. Globally, 78% of cases were males aged between 18 to 44 years. 7 children less than 18 years of age in countries in the African and the European regions. 98% of cases identified as men who have sex with men, MSM, of which 41% of HIV positive. This 47% indicated exposure during social events with sexual contact. 113 healthcare workers included, checking if exposure occupation. Non-typical presentation. Few lesions are even a single lesion. No skin lesion in some cases, with anal pain and rectal bleeding. Genital or perineal, perianal area. Lesions with no spread to rest of the body. Lesions appearing at different stages of development, asynchronous, that is, lesions before fever, malaise, and other symptomatic symptoms, absence of prodromal period. So this is the stages. You can see skin lesions. So first, second, third, and fourth. Typically rash, and also is a vesicle and pustule, and it is coming up to the end of the stage. Conclusion. Monkeypox has likely been spreading globally since 2017. Spread can be accelerated in mass events that facilitate close contacts with multiple persons. Health workers interacting with infected persons are at risk without standard precautions. Use of appropriate PPE, that is for the healthcare workers, especially wherever you work, into the healthcare workers, whether it is in the hospital setting or the clinic setting or the port setting, airport, seaport, or even the minor ports. You have to be, once you see any rash or the fever or the mild pox, immediately better use PPE. That is very important. During the COVID time, we insisted all the healthcare workers in the ports of entry or border control, you have to be stock all the PPE so that PPE will be ready in case of emergency. Once, if any person comes with a suspected case, definitely you can use that PPE immediately. So that's why again, we are requesting the healthcare workers in the ports, whether any ports, whether it's the seaports or airports or other ports in Barbados too, please stock PPE and other necessary equipment. And also this morning we are discussing with that, especially the people should use the sanitized, all the liquid sanitization is very important, and the missions and the airport and seaport and other places also, we are checking that everything is working. So that very, very important. Also, we are requesting the healthcare workers to see that as many people to wear the mask in the public. In the private, that is okay, but in the institution or in the ports of entry, please use the mask always. Non-classical presentation may facilitate non-isolation of infected and infectious persons. Implications: mass gatherings, festivals are possible and that is called super spreaders. Risk communication for participants needed. There's a mass gatherings. Once is a mass gathering, you must follow the strict principle. That is very important so that we can prevent these diseases. Once is a mass gathering, those who are doing the mass gathering, the people arrangements, so immediately see that mainly the mask and also sanitizers. Everywhere sanitizers should be there. One sanitizers and mask that should be there. And also, when the people are coming there, the visual appearance of the person is very important to see whether this person has any rash in the face or the body and the hands and the legs. That is very important too. Once is there, they can stop them and send to the immediate healthcare institutions to check it. That is always good. Then healthcare workers to use standard and droplet precautions as warned. That is always there. During last nearly 2 years, is a great experience for us, especially during the COVID-19 season. Before that, yes, we did so much other things too, especially Ebola preparation, other H1N1, during the time and the flu season, always we do precautions. The same precautions should be continued. So last 2 years, how we are prepared for all this, the precautions to droplet, the same precautions we have to use for the monkeypox also. So surveillance has been strengthened since 1 week. Once first started a few weeks ago suspected case, immediately the points of entry has been strengthened. Our port health nurses were sensitized, and the port health other people also sensitized, especially in the environmental department. Yes, this sensitization was zoomed to everyone, and also the live face-to-face sensitization also was done. So port health nurses, whether in the seaport, on the airport, or in the Bridgetown port nurse, all being sensitized so that they know the same precautions, same standards, same protocols will be followed for how we used for COVID-19. Same thing will be continued for the monkeypox too. So that way surveillance has been strengthened in all the ports, and also the port workers also will be next 2 days, we are going to sensitize all the port workers. So this morning in the airport and the other people were sensitized, this afternoon in the seaport. Tomorrow, again, other port workers, and the day after tomorrow, inland, no doubt, inland are the medical officers of health and the senior medical officers. They will take care, and they are sensitizing each polyclinic healthcare workers, and wherever it is necessary, or where is their risk group, or any specific group, they are going to do medical officer of health and the senior health sisters and the team, and the environmental principals, they will be helping them too. But in the port, medical officer of health and all the environmental health officer, especially port health nurse is very important here. So they will be sensitized and they are monitoring surveillance unit. Implications in port: assessment of the symptomatic traveler, health alert information already has been sent it, and the nurses, they are planning and is being planned also. And also the quarantine station here in the seaport is almost all is ready in case of any event, yes, that will be used too. With the help of here, the port health senior nurse is June Cumberbatch, and also the Bridgetown port nurse is Michelle Atwell Brathwaite. So both of them are here with me, and they are listening too. And also they are ready to face any event. They are ready to tackle any event in case of any suspected case. Especially the season is not cruise season, but it is only a cargo season. So even though cargo season, a lot of cargoes are coming from Africa, Far East. So that's why they have strengthened our port and the surveillance also. So in inland, index of suspicion for unusual rash, history to determine the probable case, sample lesion, isolation, and contact tracing, it will be followed. Still, it is followed for the COVID-19 with medical officer of health and senior medical officer of health. The same thing will continue with them too. Index of suspicion for STI rash, STI rash should probably also be tested for monkeypox. Because in our STI clinics also, our doctors will be sensitized. The STI clinics, yes, the doctors were sensitized, nurses and other healthcare were sensitized. So for any suspicious rash, they will do the immediate swab and they will send it to the lab to find out as early as possible. So this is the bibliography. So Dr. Rolek and the team from the Ministry of Health, they have taken all the slides from the PAHO, Pagani, and also Chan, all those things. So finally, thank you so much. This is the final slide. In case if you have any questions, yes, you can ask us regarding the port health. Yes, we are ready to answer Here with me were both nurses, Senior Health Sister Cumberbatch, and also Sister Michelle is here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention.
Good afternoon again. So we are open for questions. Just a little housekeeping. If you need to ask a question, you can raise your hand in the chat online and we will open you for a question. Okay? I see that everyone has gotten all the information that they want to use. If that if I can ask one question myself, Dr. saying, what are we doing basically as a country in preparation for any possible outbreak? Can you answer that question?
For the country, yes, the CMO, Dr. George, and the Deputy CMO, Dr. Anton West, already spoke about it, along with Dr. Corey Ford from the infectious control, and also Dr. Leslie Rolack from the ministry, and also Chief Public Health Nurse and Deputy Nurse, and also Chief Environmental Health Officer, Deputy, also in the ministry level, they are planning. How they are planned for the COVID-19. So that is actually, it given us a great leading how to control the infectious disease. So Dr. Poriford says, in case of any suspicious case or anything, yes, they will take the swab and it will send to the lab. So they will keep them. And also medical officers of health, when it is coming to the clinic or the STI clinic, and they will be notified and they will take the swabs and send to the lab for the early identification. The same way in the port also, we are doing if any suspicious rash or anything is in the physical appearance in the body, yes, definitely we will take the samples and we will send them as early as possible to get the information from the lab. So it is a preparation is just like COVID-19, all the preparation is there. And once it's a positive, yes, that is a designated area. So they will send them, and Dr. Coriford and the team, they are going to treat and also follow. You know that there is no treatment for monkeypox, but at the same time, yes, prevention is great, and it's better than the health care prevention. Always prevention methodology is very important, and vaccine is very, very important. Vaccine, but currently we do not have the vaccine. But at the same time, last time also in the meeting I was just to mention about that. Actually, in the Chelsea clinic in New York, Chelsea clinic, SDA clinic in the New York, they started the vaccine. So a few people asked from Barbados with a different groups. So when he's going to come here, that is the Ministry of Health has to decide and when it is going to come. But it's only one case, two cases. Whether vaccine or not, the infectious control department, they are going to treat them. But at the same time, the person willing to take vaccine, currently it is available. Nearest place is in New York, Chelsea clinic, SDA clinic. They can go just like a weekend trip to New York and get vaccine and come back. So that is the way just we are explaining to them, just giving the advice to them.
Okay, one more question, Dr. Singh. And some persons have asked me this. They just want for clarification. As a lay person, a regular person outside, if we suspect ourselves or family members of monkeypox, what is the immediate action?
Right. The person, already we mentioned in that the stage 3 is very highly infectious stage. That means the fever stage, once cross that one, yes. If anything is a rash is appearing to the body with a fever, or is a glands, lymph glands are swelling, headache, or even joint pains, they say. If anything in a difficulty to swallow, or it is they can completely lethargic, yes, they can call immediately to the healthcare center or the polyclinic. They will advise them immediately, or they will send a team first to particular place or where is the index case is there. So they will come and do the testing, and from there they will forward. Suppose if a person has rash with fever, please, that person should be isolated in their house. That is always, and avoid to mingle with other people in their households. So if there could be in a separate room as much as possible, that is good for them. So they can stay in the isolation of the home, and one of the people can call healthcare workers or the Ministry of Health or the polyclinic. They will answer them.
Okay, all right. So I want to say thanks again to Dr. Singh for his presentation. Again, it was quite informative, and we need always to know, get up-to-date information on whatever is occurring in our country. And this is one about, we've only had about one case so far. One case so far, and we would like to keep it that way, and knowledge is always power. So we want to thank Dr. Singh again for doing this presentation to us. And remember, even if you have follow-up questions, you can forward them to me, and I can forward them to Dr. Singh if I cannot answer them at the same time, because Dr. Singh is the expert, especially on this new topic. But just to get your questions answered, you can always forward them, and I can relay them back to Dr. Singh and get an answer for you. So thanks again for listening, and we hope to see some others in our next session. Thank you, and signing off.